Hey there cozy gamers, my name is Black and welcome to my channel, Casa Black Gaming, a place where I normally cover MMOs or survival games, and now I'm on my second Palia video, and this time I wanted to tackle what has quickly become one of my favorite pastimes in Palia, which is Hotpot. I would not classify myself as a Hotpot professional, but I have made some other observations and wanted to share them, which comes from having played other card games or other tabletop games in my past, and I think I can help many of you who might be struggling to increase your chances of winning. Now, of course, this video will be useful for those who play Hotpot in earnest and not just for min-maxing tokens with quick play, where you help one another by telling each other what you need. That playstyle is fine if that's your thing, but this is for those who enjoy playing the game as intended. This video will focus on 3 quick tips to help players approach the matches a little differently than you might currently be playing. Now, if at least one of these tips helps you, then I will be happy to have helped, and I am currently working on some more advanced psychological or more tactical playing tips, which will be a much longer video, but I wanted to get this shorter form video out first as a starting point, and if you want to dive deeper into some more useful strategies, then head back on for that second video. So, let's get to it. So for the first tip, even though it might be obvious to some, I tell people to not go for 3-of-a-kind sets as a winning strategy. The odds are definitely against you since there are only 4 of each type of card. So for you to get 3 of those 4 is just not going to work out the majority of time, because if someone happens to be going for that same color as you, they might already have one of those cards already, and your chances just went to almost 0 of getting that 4th remaining card. Going for 3 different cards of the same color or category opens you up to a total of 12 card options versus only 4. Now, of course, many times your opening hand might have 2 of the same item, and so you think that going for that 3rd is your best option, but don't die on that hill. Be looking to swap out one of those for another of the same color but different item as chance permits. Anytime I see 2-of-a-kind pop up in my hand, I immediately go on the prowl for something in that same color to swap one of those doubles with. I don't even seriously consider going for the 3rd. I might hold on to both even if I have another of those same colors just to see if it happens, but when push comes to shove and I need to get rid of one of those, I'm choosing the 3 different options every time versus the 3 of the same. Don't get me wrong though, it is possible to win a hand with 3 sets of 3-of-a-kind, but it's really hard and I only made it work once, and while yes, 3-of-a-kind does pay more gold per hand than the other option, it's simply not worth going for as a winning strategy. Now my second tip is to not play against the person directly to your left. The person who goes before you will always have the advantage and scoop up the cards that you might need since they have first dibs. Now if you only watch one player the entire game, watch that person to your left. Watch what they pick up, even if it's not something that you yourself need. This can also be beneficial to you because maybe you don't want to feed them a card you know that they might need. Make them wait for a card they possibly might need, which could in turn make them change up what they're going for. Now if you need a 3rd mushroom and they pick up a mushroom, you might want to think about switching up your hand to something else, especially a something they might be discarding. Playing what the person to your left discards is a very good strategy and works better than going for the same thing as they are. One person's trash is another person's treasure. Don't be stubborn, because I can promise you more often than not, if you go up against them for a card, you're gonna lose. Now my 3rd tip is something many players might not be aware of, and that is during a game at any time you can push the Q button on PC or the ZL button on the Switch to display a window that shows you what everyone has discarded during the match. This allows you to not worry about remembering what everyone has discarded or to look and see if you've missed a card you might not have needed earlier in the round because you've now switched up your game later. You can team this tip with tip number 2 from before to further help your own game, so you can spot a possible pattern in what your left adversary has been chucking out. This tip can really be a lifesaver and dictate the hardest portion of the game, which is the later rounds, and maybe even get you to do something more advanced, which I'll save for the next video. Alright, so that's it for this quick tips video for Hotpot. I hope at least one of these tips makes it into your thought process while playing, and while I cannot say these tips will guarantee a win for you, I can say that I feel it has helped me increase my own chances of winning. I will go into a lot more tactics in my next video, which will not really be about tips, but more of a psychological approach with some helpful things thrown in. Look for that in the coming days if it's not already out there by the time you watch this. I'll link it at the end when it is, and also you can like, comment, or subscribe if you found this helpful. Now, I've been Black, and stay cozy out there as you hotpot your way to greatness.